thing. This is a horse of 30 years old, so he looks very good, I think. The back is still strong. Also, when you are judging or looking at horses normally, you must not expect of an older horse looking like a young horse, but this one looks really very good still. Sometimes the back is softer from older horses, and you must respect this. Not too much, of course, but this is getting older, so that's okay. This is what we don't like to see in the waving horse. I don't know, maybe in your view. This is a quarter, and a quarter is made for doing a different job as an Arabian horse. So he must make the slides, he must do a lot of things, and you see how the croup is. And this is very strong, but why? Because the quarter has to work the most on his back and do the slides. He has to turn around very fast for the cattle, to get the cattle together. So this horse is made for his job, not an Arabian. A racehorse is made in a different, you see the racehorses, they are different made. They are made to do speed. So that's also a different construction of horses we have. But we still are breeding Arabian horses. This is also different styles, especially the groups we don't like. We like it Arabian. It's too much sloping down, and it's not smooth and nice as an Arabian horse. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because I understand myself, but maybe you don't understand me. So, also the head we are talking now. The head, what we like is dark eyes, small ears. They must not be really small, but not too heavy. Must not be pony ears, but nice. Of course, if they're curling and they go to the top of the ears, they come some more together, it's even better. But the eyes is on the good place, it's not too high. And somebody asked me, how can I measure it yesterday? And I cannot tell you how to measure it. It's just for me a habit to see it. So if you see many horses and you want to see it, you go to a collecting ring before they go in the show. You look at all the heads and then you will see the difference. For me, of course, it's because I have seen so many horses. I see it immediately. But the measures, I cannot tell you how much it is. Only what we also don't like so much is when it's too, and this one has a little bit, too large between the ears. We like it a little bit more closer sometimes. Not too close, but a little bit closer. And then you have it more pointed. Then the nose must be small. I mean, the nostrils big, but the muzzle must be small, so that they say they must drink from a teacup. This must be small, but this must be big, because it's a horse who has to be active for the fight, for the war, and also it's beautiful anyway when it's big. And we like that very much. And the cheeks, they must be good. This line must be straight, not like this. We will show you in other heads. You see? This is also very, very, very nice. The shape of the neck, the eyes on the good place. Here. Also what you have when you have a horse, at home, or you want to buy one, is to put your wrist here between. Yeah, there must be space. Also for breathing, for everything. So that's also very important. And now I can show you. Here you see the skeleton of a head. If you imagine that it's more dishy, then you realize that the horse has not enough air to breathe. And this is the mistakes that I think, and this is not my personal, from a lot of judges and also breeders, that we start to do too much dishy, that the horse cannot breathe normally anymore. And I think that's a big mistake we do in the evolution of an Arabian horse. I had 3 of those horses at my farm, not for myself, but from other people. And they are staying in the stable, in rest, and they do like this. This is not normal. this is not a horse anymore. So we are breeding, and I am scared of this, but we will have meetings soon with all the judges. We are breeding no horses anymore, the statues. So for me, the dish, it's nice, it's beautiful to look at, but it must be still a horse. I think the most important is the beautiful eyes, the good set ears, the nostrils nice, and the dish okay, but too much is too much. I really don't like it. And I say I had it, and I know a mare who was world champion, but she was in my stable and she was breeding not normally. What are we doing? This is a little bit... Okay, a question for the future. Not for the future, for now. Not to do mistakes in the future. So you see also all kind of good heads. There are different kind of good heads. You have the heads with the Jamar, what we can see later. So those ears are a little bit closer, you see? Closer to each other. But this is stallion head. So this I think it's better, this one also, than the previous one. Here you have the different, the one with the Jamar. The head, some judges don't like it at all. When I am judging and I see it, I think it's also pretty, it's different than the flat one. Personally at home, maybe I will choose for the flat one. But if I have one like this and it's pretty, and the eyes are good, so for me it's fine. But I have been judging with judges that I gave 19 or 19 and a half, and they gave 17 and a half. It's a type of an Arabian horse, so if you like it or you don't like it, as a judge you should respect the type. Whatever it is, if you don't like it, it's type of a horse. So I like it, to be honest, also. Then you have the neck and the shoulders. So you know that the head and the neck is an angle of about 19 degrees, they say, but I will show you the pictures, it's easier. You have the normal arch. We explained it yesterday, or I can go quite fast, I think, about it. So it should be nice, thin here, the toe ledge, the midbar should be always very, very, very thin. And as I said, for the stallion, sometimes it's more heavier. I like good shape of the neck. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer, but an Arabian horse, normally it's never very long, just because we made it long and overbreed. Like the Americans do. We don't do it so much, but they do. So here you have a nice head, but the shoulder is straight on the top, and the neck is coming from under. So we don't like that so much. We don't like it at all, the undershrunk. But good trainers can put it in a good position in the show, but not the shoulder, the neck only. But still, it's not what we really like. There's a good man, and she's eating grass. Sometimes they say when they have to put the feet, they don't put the feet together to eat grass, it's because the neck is too short. But to be honest, all my horses put the feet like this with long or short necks. So I think this is a little bit exaggerated, but I think it's to give an example. But I think it's still okay. So this is the body. So this good shoulder, good croup. And now we go to the back and the bodies. So as we said, we have it like in three pieces. The sloping down shoulder, the short back, and the croup. For a man, it can be a little bit longer in the back, as I explained you yesterday, because she has to carry a baby, and she needs space for this. And here we can see what I mentioned with the triangle. You see ilium bone, who is being there. And then you have the shoulder, and then you have the back. And this is the perfect balance of a horse. If you see a horse like this, when you are judging, you know normally this horse should function very well in balance. He should trot good, he should move good, he should walk good. If he has no problems with the tendons or the legs. But this is good. Here you see, when the croup is too short, then you have this, and the horse cannot function like a horse, not in the same way. And this is in the breeding what we will try and discuss later. If you have a mare like this, try to find a stallion with a good croup and to improve. So here you see the forehand is too short because the shoulder is straight, and the middle of course is a little bit longer, and then you have the croup is okay, it's good. On the bottom, that's a very good horse. Standing over a lot of ground, I say, because it's space all over. It's very, 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 very nice standing. Here we have the hindquarters and the tail. So we like that the tail is always up. Sometimes when they are very excited, they turn over the back. And this is an Arabian horse. And you will never see it with a border or whatever. Even in dressage, it's forbidden to put the tail up because they have to be quiet and do their job properly. So here you have always the different ways of carrying a tail. So the one we like the most is the one on the left, on the bottom. But sometimes horses who go to the show for the first time are a little bit scared. So sometimes you must not be disappointed if he doesn't put his tail up the first time you go to the show. Maybe the second time he will do it. Sometimes they are scared, especially young horses. Good tail carriage, and then excitement. So you also can see it when the horse is very excited, he put the tail very good up. Now we are talking about the forelegs. I think we discussed that yesterday very well also. So the legs have to be straight. These are good forelegs. Parallel. There must be one hoof between the two hoofs. Here, this is the best. A good chest. Sometimes they are too narrow because the chest is too narrow, or it's a problem between the knees and the hoofs. You also can see that. The hind legs, they should be straight. They can be a little bit hooked because it's difficult for an Arabian horse. So I never punish them when they're a little bit like this. No. Also, it's better to pass the front legs.